Okay guys, I'm back. I'm going to do a little update video on the car. I did start it. Everything seems to run good. I'm in the process of trying to get the factory, like all the factory gauges to work. And I think I'm getting close, but I had pulled out there was mechanical gauges in this car. Autometer gauges, speedometers and stuff, and they were just stuck in a piece of black plywood. Looked terrible. And then over here where the vents were, there was a oil pressure and a coolant temp mechanical. The oil pressure gauge was leaking, and it had just kept dumping oil back behind the dash and all over the floor. Like everything was just soaked in oil back there. Of course, this is a totally different dash, different carpet, everything. And of course, I cleaned everything and then dynamated everything. But so I have a boost gauge, a water temperature gauge, and an oil pressure gauge, and then of course all the factory stuff. So let me shut this down. Turn the lights off. So I'm trying to put multiple sensors in, like into the engine bay. So the factory oil pressure gauge obviously isn't going to work. It's not here anymore, but I have my glow shift gauge in there. They had, whoever had the, did the build a long time ago, took the coolant temp sensor gauge, moved it from the heat pipe. The car didn't have a heat pipe in it anymore. It was capped off. And they moved this gauge, or this sensor here, over, removed the coolant sending unit. I guess it sends a signal cluster. Remove that and put the coolant temp sensor in there, or sensor in there. So I know I've got this back to the way it belongs. I'm told that this is the one back here is the air temperature gauge, or ACT or ATC, something like that. Up here I have, in the thermostat housing, it had a port, so I've got my glow shift coolant temp sensor gauge there. You know what, now I think of it, this, I don't know what, I bought the SVE Y pipe. Oh, this little one here, I believe, is hooked to the electric fans. I started following it's just one wire that runs to it. So if anybody knows off the top of their head, like if that's what that is, because I've never hooked up electric fans in a car that didn't have electric fans. I started following the wire, I think, and got lost, and haven't had a chance to get back to it. But I moved the temperature sensor gauge back to here, in this little Y pipe. So I want the dashboard to look functional, even though I kind of like I've heard that the factory gauges aren't very accurate. So I wanted to go with the glow shift gauges just to keep a better, better accuracy. And plus, they kind of look cool up there on the pillar. Makes it look race car, even though this is just a cruiser. My question is, for everybody, is what is this for? It looks exactly like the other one. It's got a red and black wire, or red and white wire running to it. I don't have any idea where it goes, what it's for. I was thinking maybe it used to go into the factory intake or something. But if anybody can let me know what that's for, because I went out and looked. I have a parts car here, and it's the same thing. The wire's just hanging there, so I don't know where it went or what it's for. And that car has a stock intake and everything on it. So yeah, if anybody can help me out with that. And then the other question I have is, what do people recommend for valve covers? These, I mean, they're kind of plain. They have the things where you put the T on there and back it off. Like, all this stuff was so 80s. The water pump that was on it was chrome, but I'm trying to clean it up and make it look a little better, a little more modern. Now that I've got the new water pump, new thermostat housing, new power steering pump, I'm going to end up ordering a new compressor, because when I started the car, I had a squealing noise, which I believe is the compressor. But I'm going to make sure. I didn't want to let the car run too long because it's still up on my quick jacks, and it fills this garage up with exhaust fumes so bad, so fast. And I have an apartment upstairs, so I try not to make anybody sick or whatever. But yeah, so I've got the doors all, or the passenger door off, and I'm going to end up. It's got a couple dings and stuff, even though this car was painted right before I bought it. And it's kind of funny story that I bought it from someone I didn't know, the car from somebody I didn't know, who had it just repainted before I bought it. And we're talking to the couple that owned the car, and find out that the girlfriend works with my daughter, or worked with my daughter. And then recently I started posting YouTube videos, and come to find out that a kid that I know, not kid, but younger guy. I'm 50, so to me, anybody in their 20s is a kid. He actually painted the car, but it was just a quick scuff and spray, and they painted. He had painted the trim and everything. It was just a quick job, so the guy could make the car look a little better and sell it. So now I'm going back and doing the door pins, because the doors didn't line up right. I did everybody. If you saw my other videos, I redid the whole interior. Just haven't put it all back together yet, because I did the quarter windows, which I'm not happy with how they came out. So I started to make a video, and then I stopped. But they'll pass. I'm just not real happy with the way they came out. But down the road, I'll either have someone professionally redo them, or I'll try it again, or I'll just buy a new set of windows. But I do have a set of valve covers sitting over here that the guy gave me in a box of parts with the car, and they say MT. The only MT I know is Mickey Thompson. So if anybody can give me any idea on what these are, or what would be a better option to put on the car. Not, I don't want to spend a ton of money, but something that looks nice. Maybe it says Mustang 5.0 Ford Racing or something. I don't know. And then once I'm completely done with the car, of course, I've got all these extra parts that I've been collecting, that I'm going to end up listing for sale, because this was my first one. This car has been a learning lesson, buying in '88 and thinking that when you look online and you're looking at parts, it says 87 to 93. Well, yeah, this cluster is out of a 90 plus car so they changed everything. So it doesn't work in an 88 unless you redo all the wiring, which I didn't want to do. And then what did I end up? Yeah, I got two of them. Somehow I ended up with two of them that won't work in my car. Oh, because this is out of the parts car. I'm like, where did that come from? And then I have pieces, but I'm still trying to figure out the seat belt situation, because the back seat is out of a 92, and that's another one. The back seat's 87 to 92. Well, no, it's not, because the newer ones don't have the space for the big seat retractor to come out, and because they just had lap belts. Well, the 92 has the seat belt thing mounted up here. Well, I got the seat belts out of the parts car, but they're junk. You can't pull, they don't work. Like, you yank on it, it goes 2 inches, but it won't retract. And so I've been trying to figure that out. I actually had bought, because I figured out in the BMW, they're pretty much mounted the same way, because you can buy 3-point harness, or, seat belts, but the way that they make them, like to buy, you need to mount the retractor at the bottom and then go up to a place where you hook it, and then the part that pulls over, like the front seats. But in these cars, they were mounted up in the back, so it doesn't work out. But I figured out that the seat belts from the BMW would work. But on eBay, I ordered one off of eBay just to try it for like $20, and this would work. I could mount this up on the back dash. It would fit through those little covers, and then go right down to the bottom where you plug it in. But I didn't realize that basically all these are different for like every car, and I can't find the BMW ones, the bottom part. I can't find that, so I'm like, I'm just gonna end up putting lap belts back in it. Very rarely will there be anybody in the back, but my grandson maybe. But yeah, the question, is in the parts car, which I won't be able to do this with one hand probably, but it's got, well, and I took the plugs because mine were broken, but it's got the same wires. It's got a red and yellow, and then a green and white. Both of them had the exact same sensor plug on them. So, but I can't figure out where, one goes to the coolant sensor, one goes to the somewhere. I don't know. If you guys can give me a hand and help me out, tell me where that goes, I'd appreciate it. All right, here's the parts car, which haven't decided what to do with yet. I just keep ripping parts off of it, and it's killing me, but it's this is a Maryland car, and as you can see, it's rusting out pretty bad. The floor got holes in it, like it would need all new floors, new pillars on both sides. The back quarters rotted out. The shock towers are rotted out, and I just don't know if it's worth saving. It may just be another parts car for someone else when I'm done with it, but I may end up pulling the front bumper and putting like one of those turning it into like one of the wall things with the lights and stuff they hang on the wall. But otherwise, I don't know what else to do with the car. The hood's in really nice shape, besides like one ding. But I want to put a cowl hood on the car, so the hood that's on it's going to end up coming off anyway. But that's it for now. Thanks for watching.